Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Carlson number LS703 white spring-loaded lift mechanism. This is what is called back-mounted, and that's inherent with it being a 703. The part that you're looking at will either be a left hand or it will be a right hand. They're available in both hands, and they'll work the same way regardless of hand. And frankly, you could possibly agree that it's just cosmetic, that you would want one of each hand. I certainly would, although I've been told by the vendor that, well, we only stock one hand and people just normally put on the same hand. And I say, well, sure, that will mechanically work, but as confirmed by Carlson, but it's aesthetically appropriate, of course, to have one of each. This is the left hand. When you view this video, when you're looking at the screen, this appears to be on your left side. When you face the footlocker or the bench and you open the lid in front of you, the left is the left and the right is the right. That's how these are categorized. Okay? So I've got a left and I've got a right. I'm going to put the right down and just run with the left at this point and give you some dimensional properties. This obviously shows the unit in the open position. An overall height is about 6 inch. Body length is about 2 5/8. Body depth is about 1 inch. And the body thickness is about 5/8 of an inch. These are self-balancing lid closures. 703 are available in left or right hand. Okay. These are intended to keep heavy lids from slamming shut, and they will hold the lid open in any position. Available in either statutory bronze, like this, or in a black oxide finish. I don't know that I've ever really sold any in black oxide, but they can be special ordered. If you want black oxide, feel free to reach out to us and we'll put those on a special order for you. Features solid brass enclosure slide. It's down here. Cover brackets riveted to a cam. High quality springs here. Available in different tensions for different lid sizes. That is a direct reference to white in the part number. Now, you really can't see it very well, but the white, although maybe in the top camera you can see it better because of the light, there's a white spray that's on that spring, and that's related to the capacity. Made of steel, generally, base material anyway. Rated for 100 to 140 pounds, and the torque rating is listed below. So there is a calculator down below for you to determine your lid color, the color of your spring, and there are several different colors. All the color rating is exactly equal to the weight of the lid. There is, before we get into the nuts and bolts of it, there's a video from the manufacturer down below this showing it in operation, or typical items. They're the Carlson spring-loaded lift mechanisms in action. Now, the determined spring color. You can use that calculator, but first, let's take a look at the link below this video to the mounting drawings, and it will show 3 styles. The 702 is a sidewall mount. Very common. We sell that one lot all the time, and that's certainly a handed unit. The 703 back wall mount, and you can see how you could install 2 left hands on a cabinet. Then, of course, your 900. Haven't sold many of those, probably because the hardware is exterior and not self-contained. Obviously, all of these units are based on the concept that you have the door already hinged. Let's move to the next link below this video. Assembly of 700 series. So the 700 series is linked there. The technical data sheet is there, and it gives you all of the important dimensional properties of the item. Page 2 is going to give you lots of dimensional details that you can analyze and review and ask questions if necessary. So we won't beleaguer any of those points, except to say that you're getting your installation cue from those dimensions. Being a back wall mount, the dimension off of the edge will be to suit your accommodation. There is no hard and fast rule about these at all. but if you notice the installation video, they've got them inset roughly a third from either end. Okay, and following, you know, what I've seen done in the past, that's a fairly representative way to do that. Okay, now, however, though, when you study that drawing, you'll see the important information, specifically the 1.5" dimension, bottom of page 2, center. That's going to give you the center, the vertical axis, or the horizontal axis of the hinge pivot down to the center of this rivet. So that will be your point of where you're going to start with installing the material. And quite frankly, once you have that dimension and you're already in the up position, you're going to position your door at basically 85 degree, and you'll be able to mark your holes and finish your installation right then and there, actually. Okay. Screws are not included, speaking of screws. Reading the rest of the notes on page 2, they're obviously showing the left-hand version. Our right hand is just opposite. Now back to page 1. Installation cue is there as well, even easier. 1/16 from the back lid down to that first hole. 3" from the lid up to the bottom of this, to the center line of this hole. So there you go, you're easy. The only thing you have to determine is how far over you'll install it from the edge. Place bottom bracket so that the top screw hole is 1/16 down from the top of the back panel. Fasten with a number 6 sheet metal screw. Secure second screw as well. Open the lid to approximately 90 degrees, they showed 85, and place the lid support against the underside of the lid with cover bracket flat against this surface. Secure with 2 screws as before. The distance from the back edge of the lid to the first screw is about 3". Now, in the 702, same scenario. You've got all your important dimensions. Here's the important part. What color spring do you order? White happens to be the highest rating. I would not be able to force that spring down. It's just, I can't apply 100+ pounds down onto this without, you know, the obvious risk for damage. Here it is. To find pounds, inch pounds they call it, multiply half the distance from front to back times the weight of the lid. How heavy is the lid? You have to know that. You can weigh that. That's easy. Multiply that value by the depth of the lid divided by 2. So parentheses, no, you don't even need that. Depth of lid divided by 2 times weight of lid. So using the calculator on the site, if your lid depth is 12 inches and it weighs 20 pounds, it's telling you that you need a gray spring color, and you can click the link that's there to take you to the gray spring mechanisms. Okay. Now this client, I cannot tell you what they calculated to arrive at such a heavy sort of weight. I'm sorry. When I calculated that gray, I actually put in 2, the quantity 2, so it's thinking that my lid was quite small. Let's try a lid that's 10 inches and 20 pounds. That's a maroon spring color. Gray is going to be at the very light end for something very small. That's why it gave me that dimension. If I went with a lid of 12-inch depth at 20 pounds, it's going to push you into the white color. So that calculator is handy, something that we built to help you easily determine what you need. But it's just exactly that. Determine the weight of the lid, take its depth, not its length, we don't care about the length, the depth, divide that in half, and you multiply those 2 numbers, and you'll get right to it. Okay. The upside of these springs is that they're phenomenal. They're of superior quality. They are, these Carlson people, they're in Illinois. They're probably only 50 miles away from my office. I've called their office several times, and they're very helpful. They're very straightforward and matter of fact, and they make a high quality product. The upside, again, the upside in addition to that is that you're going to install this very easily and will give you years, if not decades, of reliable service. The downside is you could very likely pick something that's just not stock and made to order. So the issue is this: allow for a lead time. Allow 3 weeks in general, or reach out to us and find out if we have the material in stock. The white was certainly a made-to-order item. This may be the first time I've ever sold a spring with such a high weight rating, which did cause a lead time of long 3-4 weeks for sure. But the material came in, the client's going to get it and was going to complete their project, and that footlocker is going to last for years, if not decades. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Carlson products that we sell, which again, the 702 and the 703 is really what you're going to deal with, and then the 900, but a link to the manufacturer's company website as well. If you have any questions on the Carlson LS703 lefts and rights in a white spring color, or any other Carlson product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.